Now another trading week is drawing to a close right here at the New York Stock Exchange. A week of action both in the markets and over in Washington, D.C. and the week of the markets navigating the changing headlines out of geopolitics, that of which they have apparently done successfully. All three major averages on track to post their second positive week, signaling that the bull market may be back in full force after December's pullback. The S&P 500, the Nasdaq, each rising around 2% week to date, while the Dow Jones climbing 2.2%. But now a new week awaits. The final week of January 2025. Time indeed flies, and will we see a third week of gains? That's the big question. There's a lot of data due out that could move and shake the markets, so let's just jump right into it and let's take a look at what will likely move the markets in the week ahead. Monday kicks off on a bit on the quiet side in China with the NBS January manufacturing PMI read in focus, expectations 50.1, while also in China they will be celebrating the Chinese Lunar New Year holiday. Tuesday sees us here in the United States first with December durable goods orders, and those are expected at 0.8%, while we'll also have the release of the November U.S. housing price index, that of which is expected 0.2% month over month. And then on Wednesday, it's all about North American rate decisions. First in Canada, the Bank of Canada rate decision awaits. Expectations call for a lowering of the rate to 3% from 3.25%, while right here in the U.S., the Fed rate decision also due out. That's penciled in to remain at 4.5%. And then Thursday sees us focus on GDP in Europe. First, out of the nation of Germany, fourth quarter preliminary GDP awaits, expected negative 0.1% quarter over quarter. And then in Europe, fourth quarter preliminary GDP due out, expectation 0.1%. And keeping in Europe, we have another rate decision, this time out of the ECB, a rate that's also expected to drop down to 2.75% from 3%. And that's not all. In the U.S., fourth quarter preliminary annualized GDP due out, expectations 2.7%. And then on Friday, German unemployment and consumer prices both due out. German January unemployment expected at 6.2%, while the January preliminary consumer price index, that's expected 0%. Then here in the U.S., we have personal income, personal spending, and core PCE price index. That's a gauge of inflation, that of which is expected at 0.2% month over month. Now, keep in mind, geopolitics should still be in focus as Washington, D.C.'s executive orders will remain in the headlines and could move the markets. Take note of those. And until next week, live from the New York Stock Exchange, I'm James Sweeney reporting for ICF.